Welcome to Massive Beers. My name's Matt. It is very echoey in here because I am building a home studio and, shed studio technically. And sometimes I want to pop off beer reviews while I am doing so. I'm at the end of the day today. Worked actually my butt off today. Doing some stuff in here. And gonna crack into this. What is this you say? Rationale. It's a Rational Vibes Cerveza non-alcohol. Yeah, gonna rip a non-alcohol beer. Rationale. Let's see how that works. They sent off 2 4-packs. One of these, one of a hazy. I'll post them both at the same time. And yeah, excited to dive into this one. Technically, I'm lying. I already dove into it, but the video came out messed up, so I have to re-record it. So we'll see what's going on. So this is basically a just like your classic lager style beer. Let's see what they actually have written on here. See what's what. This has a little bit of time on it because they sent it off, I believe, more in like February or somewhere around there. No, March. So this is canned. It's only a month or so old. It says if you're ready for a crushing ice cold cerveza that is clear and crisp, your conscience make the rational decision with this non-alcoholic Mexican style lager. Yeah, label-wise, it's alright. It's cool. I can kind of dig it. It's like a pop arty kind of vibe, so I can get down with the artwork. I actually do really like the name Rationale, so it's like Rationale and Rational. It makes sense on both ends because it's like you're rationing your ABV is a big thing I'm all about. Kind of getting these beers that actually drink what their ABV is. You know, a lot of these bigger hazies and stuff like that, more often than not, they'll be like 9% and drink like 5. Well, I want 5% to drink like 9, but we're talking about lager-esque kind of stuff going on. So, I mean, it looks the part of a slightly unfiltered lager. Not the best light in here. Probably should have popped the light on for y'all, but you know, get what you get. And so it's got a soft kind of copper color, a little bit darker than what you'd expect. That could be the lighting going on in here, but it looks the part of kind of an unfiltered kind of lager. Spilling stuff. Hey, let's get a nose. There's something going on in there. There's something like a little spiciness or something. I don't know what it is. It smells a little bit flabby in the sense that it has this kind of... It's like this undercooked thing. I've talked about this ad nauseum a lot of times when it comes to kind of lower ABV beers. A lot of times, especially the ones that aren't like hopped up or adjuncty, you get this kind of undercooked kind of graininess to them. That's what I typically get, and I'm getting a little bit of that here. Nothing too crazy. A little bit of spiciness that I wouldn't say is normal when it comes to like a Mexican style lager. It just comes off honestly like a kind of non-alcoholic kind of lager. So let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, there's that little bit of flabbiness I was talking about, that little undercooked kind of graininess, nothing too crazy. There's a little bit of spiciness in there. It almost kind of reminds me of like Saison yeast in the way it comes off, like that pepperiness in there, which I didn't expect. Not it's a negative thing, but you combine it with that grainy sweetness, it kind of gets a little bit towards like like a corniness. You kind of expect that, you know, with a Mexican style lager, maybe a little bit of corn grain in there, but it's more of cream corn, so it's a dimethyl sulfide kind of thing as opposed to actually like a kind of corn kind of adjunct kind of thing. Not hyper aggressive. Yeah, it's not bad, honestly. The lower, I was going to say lower ABV you get, the cleaner and crisper and non-adjuncty, or not even non-adjuncty, like less grains, less hops, things like that. It gets really, really, really hard to pull off these kind of lager-esque, pilsner-esque kind of non-alcoholic beers. It's probably one of the better ones I've had. Not the best. There's some of the old school kind of, you know, Euro, Austrian, German ones really, really do it for me when it comes to these crisp, clean kind of non-alcoholic beers. It's nice. It's not too bad. If it was a little bit colder, I had this in my beer fridge. I changed the temp a little bit because there's a lot of like heftier stuff in there. So this is probably around like 50 degrees instead of like 46. you drop this down to like low 40s, I think it drinks a bit more crisp, a little bit more clean. They kind of speak to that in the label, so they want you to drink this a little bit more kind of like colder. But it's not bad. I'm not going to sit here and say poo-poo on it. But I'm going to kind of put it up against a lot of those kind of, similar kind of lager-esque kind of beers. It's definitely in the mix as one of the better ones I've had. Just not Mount Rushmore status. As opposed to the hazy, which I really did enjoy and was one of the better ones that I've had. It's tasty stuff. And, good beer in general across the board. Like, you give this to me next to an epically well-made Rod House Pils, something, or a Mexican-style Pilsner lager. It's definitely quite a bit different, but as a non-alcoholic version of that, it's quite tasty. Not too shabby. So there you go. I think that's all I got. Yeah, a little bit flabby, probably a little bit colder, kind of do that little bit of undercooked grain, a little bit of spiciness that's out of norm, and then just a slight bit of kind of cream corniness, but nothing too hyper aggressive. Done. Let me know if you've had anything from Rationale, or Rationale, somewhere in between. What are your thoughts on non-alcoholic beers in general? I did a whole month of January for y'all, so if you want to go check those out, go do so. And like I said, I'll post this at the same time I post the hazy. So it should go up shortly because, there you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully enjoying a little NA right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.